I could join their program if I paid $4,000. Walter made Buffalo Wild Wings. That was so simple that it was complicated. What are you looking at me for? If you just kind of start, you'll understand. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about something a little different that I'm going to be doing. I don't know if you've ever heard about this. I don't even want to call it what I'm thinking of calling it. I don't want to call it a diet because people do this as a total lifestyle change, and it is called the Keto Diet. And I know that it's probably like such a buzzword. Last year at this time, I was gearing up to do the Whole30, which I feel like when Andrew and I did the Whole30, everybody else was doing the Whole30. And now that I'm talking about keto, I feel like everywhere I look, people are doing keto. So I actually have heard a lot of amazing things about keto. Women that have complete hormonal imbalances, deficiencies, yada, 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 have healed their body. A lot of people that have issues with headaches, acne, a lot of health-related things that are very difficult to deal with, chronic illness, pain, things like that. People have seen amazing results. And that's kind of why I had started hearing about it, on top of the fact that people were having these dramatic weight losses. Experiencing dramatic weight loss. So when I discovered keto, I went on a huge internet binge of just reading as much as I could. And I'm going to share with you a few things. I am no expert and I still have a very hard time understanding things. But the difference between Whole30 and keto, Whole30 is amazing. If you watch my journey, I pretty much got rid of my migraines, and I have still, to this day, never had a migraine. Now, I also contribute that to, I did go see an allergist, and they recommended that I stay away from bananas, dark chocolate, and a few other things. So, since then, I have not eaten any of those, and I've felt a lot better, but on top of the fact that I was doing Whole30 at the time, and I feel like it really helped heal my body. The one thing about Whole30 is it's really hard to sustain in an everyday life, especially now that I'm a student. A lot of the times I'm eating on the go or eating at school or just running home and figuring out what to make. Living a Whole30 life is, at this point in time, is not the most convenient. Keto, I found, is so much more convenient. I mean, last night we ate Buffalo Wild Wings. Like, you can't get much more convenient than that. It's just less restrictive. Now, there are some people that live the keto lifestyle that it is very restrictive, and they add no preservatives, they eat all whole foods, they make everything from scratch. And of course, I would love to be there. But where I'm at in life, no way. So to give you a little bit of backstory, I actually heard about keto this past summer. And as soon as I heard it, I ordered this book, The Keto Diet, and it is by Leanne Vogel. She's amazing. I'll link her social media stuff. She's Canadian, so that was awesome. And it is a very comprehensive guide to keto in itself. So really fast, I realized I never even touched on what keto is. Keto is low carb, high fat. So I've always done high protein, low fat, low carb. This is completely opposite. Low carb, high fat, and no sugar, which I'm fine with. I can't go into any of the medical details because I have a very hard time still understanding. But basically your body can go into a state of ketosis, and that's where your body kind of is like in a really good state, and it burns fat and all of this stuff, and you want your body to get there. But by adding more fat to your body, that's how it gets there. And then eliminating the sugar and having a moderate amount of protein is kind of how you achieve a state of ketosis. So you do have to count your macros. So in the summer, found this book, read it in like 2 days. But what ended up happening was I almost had so much going on in my mind about this, I confused myself. And I could not figure out keto. It was the weirdest thing. I had never had this happen to me, because then I got obsessed with macros. And then I would look at people's meal plans and I was like, but how did they get that? And I just began to second guess the simplicity of it. It was almost so simple that it was complicated. I will say, I even called a keto coach who said I could join their program if I paid $4,000. And I was like, no thanks. Let me figure things out on myself. So then I just put keto aside, and I just kind of started doing a high protein, low fat, low sugar, low carb, whatever, eating, and do one cheat meal. And you know what? I found success. I was just coasting. I was feeling good, you know, all that stuff. But then a girl that I went into high school with, Michaela, hi Michaela, she's super awesome, super sweet, and I reached out to her because I saw she was doing keto, and I was like, could you please just tell me, how are you doing it? I'm so confused. And you know what? She gave me such great help and great advice, and she said, don't count macros in the beginning. So basically, I'm just eating high fat, protein, vegetables, no sugar, and I'm only in like week 1. So it's a little premature to even be making this video. With that in mind, if you just look up a keto diet, it'll show you like you're eating bacon or, you know, creamy sauces and things like that, and it doesn't seem like a diet. Cheese, all of this stuff. Like when I first jumped on the keto bandwagon, I was doing like a rocket fuel latte or a bulletproof coffee and all of this stuff, and it was such a shock to me, and it was so hard, and I couldn't understand it. And so doing this, where I'm just eating like a lot of good fat, a lot of vegetables, a moderate amount of meat, and I've been figuring it out as you go. And they all say, and I never got this till now, is if you just kind of start, you'll understand. I know I'm not making any sense in this video. I know that I'm not doing it justice because I still have a very limited understanding of it. But I will say that I went out because this was a little too much for me, I will say. This ranges on like the Whole30 approach. It's all whole, good for you. A lot of it you make yourself, or you have to source some of the ingredients. At this point in my life, I don't have that much amount of time to be spending on making meals. I also, somebody that has helped me a lot, so if you're interested in this, I'll link some people down below, is Keto Canada. She has been amazing because she is a mom, she's a mom on the go, and she eats at Wendy's and Pita Pit, things that I actually could do. And she shows you some meals and some ideas, and that's been really helpful. I've actually, as the week has gone by, been understanding a little bit more how to do it. And I will say, if you are struggling like me and you don't understand, one component that nobody really talked about was get a weigh scale, because a lot of times you're like, how do I know how many grams is in all of this stuff when I put it on my plate? Duh, you get a weigh scale. Also, what has helped me is I got this Keto Diet app, so I can actually input all the macros, and it has a lot of like McDonald's chicken salad already put in there, so you just have to type it up. A lot of people also do my fitness tracker or my fitness planner. Either one of those work. I know this video is a little bit wordy. I hope that I'm not confusing you more. If you were in my shoes and you want to start the keto diet but don't know where to start, I would start by just beginning. Just read a general meal plan and just don't worry about the macros yet. Just get yourself into the routine. I'm going through the keto flu right now, not fun, but just get yourself over that hump and then start to count macros. I'll link the 2 apps down below so that you can take a look, and these books so that you can see, but there are plenty of complete guides that have meal plans and everything, as well as you can check out Keto Canada. Thank you, Michaela, for helping me start this journey. It has been so awesome to be able to have somebody to walk me through it firsthand, because she's been doing it and it's awesome. So anyways, I hope that you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do, and hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll talk to you again for another video. Bye!